I'm Seth Kaye from Seth Kaye Photography in Chicopee, Massachusetts, and I'm going to talk a little bit about getting jobs in the photography field. I got my first photography job when I was still in college, actually. I sold my first photo to the Associated Press from some events that happened on campus. I worked for the campus newspaper, so I had access to a lot of the things that were going on around campus. And I took one particular image that the AP really liked, and that began my early career in photojournalism. At the time, I didn't have much experience, so it was all on the job. I worked as a freelancer exclusively. I was never strictly on staff. Staff positions were very hard to get. Very often, photographers who had years of experience in local newspapers, magazines, and some larger magazines and newspapers had difficulty getting staff positions on the AP. So I was more than happy, being a younger person at the time, to just freelance and travel around New England and photograph things that were going on. Over the last few years, magazines and newspapers have consolidated. Larger corporations have bought smaller ones, and there are just fewer outlets for good photography. There's still all kinds of options. Photojournalism might not necessarily be the best route. In any market, there are any number of wedding and portrait photographers who need assistance. Very often, they will hire people to second shoot for them, to carry lighting around. And in those positions, people can learn the craft and learn the trade. And then eventually, maybe they can strike out on their own and start their own businesses. Some of the advantages of being a freelancer are that sometimes you can make your own hours. You can work when you want to. The downside of that, though, is you don't make very much money. There's not very much work for you. If you're a staff photographer, on the other hand, there's work for you every day, and you might have a more steady paycheck. To get into wedding photography, very often people will apprentice with established wedding photographers. They'll carry their lighting, they'll learn the craft of photography, and they'll learn some aspects of the business as well. One of the things I like about being a photographer, and a wedding photographer in particular, is I get to share someone's wedding day with them. I get to capture some images for people that generations are going to look at. And I look at that as a great responsibility, and it's something that I have a whole lot of fun doing.